So I was at Wembley and Avram Glazer was there as well. And seeing him there with Sir Alex Ferguson in the tunnel with Eric Ten Hag, he was in the dressing room for the celebrations as well post-match. There was a feeling at the ground of, is this a man who looks like he's about to sell Manchester United? Now, Avram and Joel Glazer, they've always been different to the rest of the family. Their siblings want to sell the club. They haven't really wanted to cede control of United, and they need to be convinced of doing that. Now, this strategic review they've had to invite bidders and look at investment, they were expecting a greater uptake. We know there's only 2 public bidders, and neither of them have gotten close to the £6 billion valuation Manchester United's owners want. They feel that the club, when you look at the potential for commercial growth, how they factor in emerging markets, and just what a massive sporting asset this is, it doesn't matter how much debt the club has. It doesn't matter how much the infrastructure is going to cost. It doesn't matter how much in transfer fees they own. The Glazers believe that you should be, puffing your chest out to own Manchester United, and if you want to take it from them, you've got to put the money down. So at the moment, it seems like they're very, very reluctant to part with the club, especially if they don't get anywhere close to their valuation. Now, some of the things we need to remember is that just recently, Avram Glazer said it's not necessarily a sale. So, very much looking at how they can mine investment in different kind of ways. We need to remember that in October, Jim Ratcliffe himself said the Glazers aren't looking to sell. And when you look at the statement they put out in November about the strategic review, it even says there that nothing might happen, nothing might come from this. It's just an exploration process. What's also affecting them is the fact that I think they misread the market. So Fenway Sports Group, Liverpool's owners, also had the same thing. They looked at Chelsea, whose sale was completely different. There were sanctions imposed. It needed to be a quick-fire sale. The scale of interest in Chelsea told Manchester United and Liverpool's owners that there'd be even greater interest because those are 2 bigger clubs. That hasn't really been the case. And John Henry from FSG has said Liverpool are not for sale now. So there's a lot of things bubbling under that show that we might be getting too excited about a Manchester United takeover, and a lot needs to happen to convince, especially Avram, to let go of the club.
So Avram showing his affection for Manchester United the weekend. I think it's fair to say that a group of supporters at Wembley showed their lack of affection towards Avram Glazer. That. So how do you think this news might go down with the club's supporters?
The support base have been consistent, quite authoritative, and very strong in making their position clear. We want the Glazers out. And that was the case at Wembley as well. It was the most consistent chant you heard. Even amid the jubilation, the celebrations, players lifting the trophy in front of the fans, they were making their position against the club ownership clear. And I think we need to state as well that all the progress that United have made have been in spite of the Glazers and their leveraged buyout.